It's your boy B. Jones. Come catch a vibe and be loud.
Yo, it's your boy B. Jones. And I'm sitting here in Akashic Studios with none other than Alana James. We're here. We have a lot to talk about. We're in her studios. This studio, which is 3,000 feet?
3,500 square feet.
3,500 square feet. So this is a big studio, and yes, we quarantine and we somewhat social distance. Don't talk about it. It is what it is. So the drink of the day we have, I'm drinking on my wine. I bought Miss Alana her wine. She's not a drinker, but we have a little bit of wine, okay? So, I found out Miss Alana is a boss, so I'm just here to talk about it.
Wait.
So what influenced you to start Akashic Studios?
Well, let's see. I've been a model for a long time. I've been a model for, I say when I was 16, I first got my experience in the modeling world. I joined this modeling school, and it was called John Casablanca's. I think it's still around. It was in Jacksonville.
Where was it? Okay, Jacksonville.
Yeah, it was in Jacksonville. My mom would take me every weekend, every Saturday, for real. We was driving out there, you know what I'm saying? I had to sit in this 4-hour-long class, and we learned runway poses, how to do our makeup, how to pose in pictures, how to just comp cards, everything that you needed to know about modeling. And I thought that I was gonna go through the whole process and get signed by the agency, but they just ended up taking all this money, and then that was it. But I was left with a certificate and the skills. So
a bunch of damn con artists, basically.
Yeah, con artists, basically.
So when you started your business, where did the name Akashic come from? 'Cause that's a very unique name. Where did that come from?
Well, I'm like a deep person, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're human beings are well connected to the universe, you know what I'm saying? And our feelings, our emotions, the things we think, how we move, are all mimicked off of each other,
right?
And so it's kind of pulling from the same thing, and just going a particular direction and just leading the way. So
that's real. I did that. So when did you start Akashic Studios?
I started it in December 2017. Yeah.
So it's
I found it. I got my LLC in 2017 in December. I think December 31st. I was ready to start the new year with a business and be serious. And when I started it, I didn't even know how to take photos yet.
Really? Yeah. So when you started this, did you start this solo? Did you come with a business partner? Do you have a whole team with this? How does that go?
When I started it, it was and still is me and my partner, my boyfriend. He basically was if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it right, and we gotta do it all the way. So we just did it, we sat down, we came up with a plan, we wrote out exactly what we wanted to do. I wouldn't say vision board per se, but I do I like that. I'm very visual, so I feel if you write it down or you're able to see it and you say it verbally, you can really make it happen. You just gotta believe in what you want to do,
Exactly. So when we say Akashic Studios, what all is incorporated with that? What all do you do with Akashic Studios?
Well, it's so much. Okay, so
it is a lot.
It's a lot. So first we have music and we have photos and videos, but we're also a marketing company and a publishing company as far as music is concerned. So we do artist promotions, and I'm a model manager and an artist manager. And then now we have hair, lashes, and nails going on. So yeah.
You got a lot of stuff going on, like so with all this stuff going on, like with you being in the city of Gainesville, in the city of Gainesville being so small, and a lot, like they say, a lot of people don't support this one, or don't support that one.
Right.
Bringing out this studio, bringing out what you're doing, bringing out your business. Did you have any fear of that?
Yeah, I had fears because, like, people in Gainesville. And I'm sure, and I know it's like that everywhere else, but I've only lived a couple of places, you know what I'm saying? And in Gainesville, it's just like, it feels like sometimes people want to see you do bad. And I don't know why it's like that, like, you know, but then lately, I can't even say that though, lately. Like, when I first came out with the business, yeah, I was nervous. I was like, you know, like, is it gonna do well? I don't want to fail. I don't want people to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, this didn't work out, you know? So, I mean, yeah, I had initial fears at first, but then, like, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I've always been that kind of person, because this isn't my first business either. So, yeah, I just did it. I was scared. I'm always scared.
I think all of us.
I'm just nervous.
Anything what I do, I'm nervous with what I do. So all of us are scared. So, but when I first heard of you, because like I told you before, we've been following each other on Facebook for a while, but we never really knew each other and met each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I first heard of you, I thought you was just a model. That's all I thought you was doing, was modeling and all that. But I figured out that you was more than a model. You was a whole boss around here. You wear different hats and all that. So what motivates you to keep that drive, to not giving up, just to keep going? Like, if one business don't make it, I'm gonna go to the next. What motivates you to do that?
Okay, so I was going through a time, you know, where I had like a relationship that was going on and it didn't work out. And I had got into it on Facebook with the guy's mom, and she had said something like, being a model isn't a real job, like, and like, even though it is, and models actually can make a lot of money,
a good money.
For some reason that comment stuck with me, and like, I don't know, I took offense to it at first, but then like I took in what she was saying to me, like, and so I decided to try to turn in me being a quote-unquote model, but actually turn it into like a business that's making money and like a conglomerate, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just kind of used that to fuel what I was doing.
Right. From branching off from modeling, I see you got into photography. So how difficult was that? Well, was it even difficult to even get into photography?
No, because I had got a camera for Christmas. And so I was just like, okay, I'm finna do this, because I thought for years that when I was like looking on Instagram at all these like raw ass photographers and like these bomb ass like babes, you know, these models, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like I'm like looking at them, right? Yeah. I'm looking at them, and for years, and I wondered, like, or not wondered, but I was like, yeah, that's gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be one of them girls. But I realized that this whole time that I was looking at the pictures, and I was actually like thinking in my mind, like, I need to be the one taking these pictures like this. And so like I just took from everything that I've seen and just like put it together. And I didn't know nothing about how to use like a DSLR camera. You know, that's what it's called, like the
I got one
high tech.
Exactly. I be doing, but I just be doing it.
I didn't know anything about it, and only thing I knew was how to work Photoshop, because thank God I like took the classes in high school, you know, and I did that for 2 years, and then like I just taught myself.
Right. Then when you leave from photography, you go to music. So what made you get into the music industry?
Right, because I get caught up in both things that I'm doing. So sometimes I have to like take myself out of one thing and put myself into the other, because both of these are simultaneously going on at the same time. So this is how I got into the music side of everything. I've always been like, I wouldn't say musically inclined, because I don't play the piano. I don't play the guitar. I don't like even mix music, but I have an ear and I know what sounds good. And I have an uncle, you know, I got people that are in the industry, but I mean, I didn't have any like experience except for from being a model, meeting particular people, being in certain situations, meeting DJs, having relationships with different people, like doing music videos, being a model, traveling to Atlanta, meeting certain producers in Jacksonville, like just networking, like, and so, and then I have the casting agency too, so, you know, with models that are getting paid to be in music videos, so I put the models together with the music. That works out too.
Yeah, that works out perfect.
Yeah, so I kind of like just developed falling into music.
Right.
And then I have like a heart. I hate to say it like that, but I do. I have a heart. And so like I feel like my position on this planet is to basically like help people that need to be seen, heard, you know what I'm saying? Put them in the position to where they're just put out there. You know, they have a particular spotlight put on them, like whatever their talent is, I want to exploit that. Like raw talent, like somebody that I feel in my heart deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have the resources and I've done my research and I know some shit. I met some people like, you know what I'm saying?
You good at what you do. You know what I'm saying?
And I just say that to say the reason why I studied it so much, like the music industry, I'm just gonna leave it at that because it's just a lot that comes with it, but to have studied it for the number, I say going on 3 years now, and like I know what I'm doing with making money and trying to promote an artist and, you know what I'm saying, putting them out there in the spotlight, it's just like, you gotta have a hit. You know what I'm saying? Because people aren't gonna listen to what they don't like.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Listen on left to shoulder. We want to hit.
Exactly, and that's why I always say like focus groups are super important because you get a group of people together, different, you know, different age ranges, different, you know, race, whatever, and have them listen to a particular set of music and find out from the demographic what do people actually like. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And
so with you in the industry and you know how the industry flowing and all that, everybody always say the entertainment business is a male dominant industry. So with you coming into a male dominant industry as a female, how do you deal with that? Like how do you
So male dominant industry, it doesn't bother me. It don't bother me because it's like it has been situations that I've been in, and really the only thing that is like my downfall per se in a male dominant industry is myself, because I'm like, I get a little anxious sometimes in situations, but I know that's just because I'm a little new. You know what I'm saying? To having to force myself to go up to DJs that are like big DJs, and like maybe my artist is performing at this showcase or something, and I gotta like be like, okay, all right, let me go over here and talk to fucking like this major DJ and be like, if you play I need you to play my artist song. What time are we coming on? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. Like, do you have my USB? Like, do you need it? Like, all kind of stuff. You know, trying to make sure that things are going correctly, and then knowing that I'm not a man, and a lot of men overlook women a lot. You know, and so it's just like you just have to be forceful.
Right. With that being said, on your roster, I can tell that your roster heavy. I can feel it. So, how many artists do you have on your roster, and like what different genres do they perform at? Are they all rap? Are they R&B? Is it pop or?
Okay, so like I said, I have a publishing company, which is Akashic Sound Worldwide, and that's with BMI. And then I also have Akashic Sound, which is with ASCAP.
Okay.
And it's just like that for particular reasons. And so I have artists that I publish their music, but they're not on my roster as far as like, I don't manage them. I'm not concerned about it's not my concern. It's not supposed to be my concern about, you know, what shows are being booked for them, how their, you know, their social media is ran. Like, none of that is my concern. What I would be concerned about as a publisher, but they're not my artist, I would just be concerned about how their music is being marketed and how it's being sold through the stores.
Okay.
Like how fans are being able to hear their music. I'm not necessarily worried about their image because that's somebody else's job.
Right.
I just want to make sure that we sell the music.
Exactly.
But as far as the management side, I have a couple artists that I'm working with. I have Katia Marie.
Okay.
And
she's out of Gainesville, right?
She's out of Ocala.
She's out of Ocala?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just been in Gainesville for like a while, back and forth, just because, working together and stuff like that. So she's been back and forth between here and Ocala, and she's amazing. She's like a super...
I've actually heard her. I heard her in that Cypher.
Which one?
I heard
her. She's only been in one Cypher. I'm talking
that
about
one Cypher she had, and I heard her in there, and she was riding. I ain't gonna lie, she was riding.
We made her go first.
Yeah, she went. Yeah, I was like, she went first.
Yeah, she went first.
was really riding. Yeah, I remember.
So that's Katia. She's gone viral a lot of times. Like a lot of artists and a lot of producers and labels and just people, know who she is, got eyes on her. But these days, like, the thing is, with being an independent artist, that's really like the route to go anyway. So even though people have eyes on you, it doesn't mean that you want to necessarily sign a contract with a major label.
Right.
Because then you have stipulations. As of before, you've been getting this whole fan base on your own. You know what I'm saying? And like, you don't have any rules.
Right.
You're still doing your thing and people still love you. So like, we got Katia, and then we have another artist. His name is YNL Vante. And he's super dope. Like, he's amazing. Yeah, he performed.
It's Fonte from Gainesville.
Yeah, he's from Gainesville.
That's my cousin, I think.
Well, he was here. He performed.
Yeah, I think we talked, but I didn't know his rap name, YNL.
Yeah, it's YNL.
That's my cousin, though.
That's
my cousin.
Okay.
I'm gonna support that. I'm gonna support family all day.
He is sliding.
But he's sliding. Like a lot of people that was here, excuse y'all, we had a little quarantine night the other night with rappers and stuff. A lot of people that was here was riding. I was feeling good, but I know they were riding. You know what I'm saying? So, so with me doing what I do with entertainment and stuff, I wanted to know how important it is to have a manager.
Well, it's important. I mean, it's like this. Sometimes you have to, like, understand your place. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really do know what you're doing and you don't need a manager, then don't get a manager until you're to the point where you really absolutely need somebody else to handle your own affairs. Now, on the other hand, if you're just like an artist of any kind or somebody of any kind that would need a manager, this would be the reason why. Because maybe you don't know how to market your music to your fan base. You know that you have good music, but you don't know how to get other people to hear it that aren't just in your city or just aren't your family and friends, or you don't know how to get booked for shows or get booked for paid shows.
Right.
Or you don't really know how to make your image attractive to people that may not have known who you were before, so those may be reasons why you would need a manager. Okay. If you're not popping yet, but and then another thing, managers, they try to a lot of managers will try to take your money. Like, they'll ask you for like payments up front, like, I need like $350 to up front, and it's just like this, like, you just gotta have somebody who actually believes in you.
Right. Do you think that an artist, say an artist, if you think that a manager will push their career more, like push their career to see bigger people, make them move more, like maybe they can get on a reality show or get on this show or something like that? Or do you feel like if you know your own shit, then you don't need a manager?
Because see, it's always good to have a manager. It's always good to have that, because they're gonna ask, can I speak to your manager? Don't nobody want to talk to the artist, because people feel like this. People feel like artists is supposed to be just focusing on music. Mm-hmm. You just perfect your craft.
Right.
Business, just craft. And then, so manager is over here, like they're supposed to be like answering calls, sending emails, doing stuff, you know? So like, it is good to have that because you really do want to focus on what it is that you're doing while you have somebody else working for you.
Right.
Because the thing is, manager and you know, any kind of like, anybody who's getting paid off of you don't get paid until you get paid. So you're gonna want them to kind of work for you.
Exactly.
So it's gotta be like a win situation for the artist, you know. So
Right.
you would want a manager. Like, and I know a lot of people be like, oh, you don't need a manager until you have something to manage. But if you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you just only know what you know,
Right.
then you're gonna need that.
So when you sign your artist, or whether it's on the record label or the management deal, the publishing side, what do you look at when you see those artists? What do you say, okay, yeah, I want to sign you? What makes you say that?
Talent, number one. Like, breathtaking talent. Like, you have to blow me away. And only 2 people have been able to do that in the 3 years that I've been in business, you know. And I see a lot of people. Those are Katia and Vontae. And I mean, I don't say that to be mean or nothing like that, but they absolutely took my breath away when I heard their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean that. And so, number one, that's what it takes. But then number 2, views, fan base. Like, that shit matters because at the end of the day, that's money. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the more streams or the more radio spins or the more times that your music is being used in something where you're getting paid, there's royalties. And that's good for a publishing company. You know what I'm saying? That's good for a manager. That, you know, if we want the artist to get booked for shows, that's good for a management company because we make money off of that, you know, but only if we get them booked.
So with you being in music, I want to know, how do you feel about today's like rap and R&B that you see? Like, if you hear on the radio.
I love it. I love today's music. I'm a millennial. I was born in '90. So I mean, I'm like right in between 80s and 90s music, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like what's going on right now is they've kind of like put the music together because there's a lot of samples and a lot of used music from early 90s that's going on right now.
And I like it.
And yeah, I like it
really
too.
like it.
So I like the new music. It's sped up, it's different. I like auto-tune right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's being used right. And I love that the sound is coming from Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, T-Pain originated auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might not have made that bitch, but he got that bitch
popping. Like, he got it popping like a mug.
You feel me? So like, I like that. And you know what I'm saying? I really fuck with like a lot of artists from Florida, and they all got that sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a particular sound that comes from us, and that's why everybody be trying to be like Florida.
They love to be like Florida.
Even Georgia.
Yeah, even Georgia.
That's cool, you know. But
even Georgia. I fuck with Georgia, but I know Georgia done bit a lot of they Florida style. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel like it's a lot of mumble rappers these days?
If it's some mumble rappers, I ain't heard them because I don't listen to that. The music that I listen to, I try to listen to the top, top 20. I try to and that's not in all music because really what I be focused on, and I'll listen to other genres like alternative music or like pop music. I'll listen to it because Katia is a pop artist. She's a pop and a hip hop artist.
Really?
Yes, so I do listen to their music because it matters, you know what I'm saying? Like, to try to find placement and stuff for her songs and her fan base. But I'm more focused on hip hop and rap. You know, so I'm listening to these songs and I want to hear what the top songs are. I want to hear what they sound like. I want to listen to playlists. I want to listen to Spotify playlists, and I want to see, you know, what's trending, and I want to look the artists up that are trending, see what it is, see what it is that people are interested in and what the people like. Right. You know, because I have to keep my eyes open all the time for things that are going on or opportunities, and so, you know, that's just what I look at.
That's tell me, what are some ways that artists can brand themselves?
Well, the first thing is you gotta think about how can you create a cult-like following, a cult-like fan base. how can you get people to like every fucking thing that you do? You know? So that's something that you have to wrap your brain around for a second, and that's the first thing in trying to market yourself. Like, what is it that you know can draw people's attention? Yeah, you want to be different. You want to stand out, but you don't want to be too different, because too different is going to draw people away from you. Exactly. You want to pull them in. So you want to be familiar, but you want to be something that they've never seen that's familiar, if it makes sense. Right. Like, so you just have to think about image. You know, you have to think about who are you trying to reach, and the message that you're bringing across. So, you know, once you get all that and write that down on paper and actually like be like, okay, this is who I am as an artist, then it'll be easy. It's drawn out right there for you, you know? Then you just have to go to wardrobe, get your Instagram together, you know what I'm saying? Like, and figure out, you know, how you're gonna put your music out there and just do it. Like,
exactly. You just grinding your ass out.
Yeah.
I found out you're on a radio show.
Yeah.
So what the hell made you get on a radio show?
Okay, so I really like to talk a lot. I'm very opinionative, like, and I've learned as growing older, like, I don't need to be so opinionative. I need to listen more, speak less. But then when I think about the things that I want to say them. Because always speak your mind, but think about it before you say it, right? Exactly. So, like, I just wanted to have a show, you know, but I tried something, you know, before, and I wouldn't say it didn't work out, but it was just, since I'm so new to it, like to radio, like real radio, like an hour-long show is what I had going on before. It wasn't on like BDS radio, which is, you know, the broadcast radio where artists, if they're BMI registered, that they can, if their music gets played on the radio, they get paid for that.
Right.
So, yeah, like, I just knew my friend Clark Shepard. He's a DJ. He's been a DJ.
I fuck with Clark.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's been a DJ.
The pain within, the pain of sin. I don't really wanna feel this pain again. I aim to win. I don't care to please who these synonyms. I just wanna bleed my soul through the Kanye's and Eminems. Eat a pen I bowl, a blunt I smoke. Yeah, it's a perb I know. Behind the breath of a dragon on the tat I float. Donald Trump would've went, he ain't need no vote. I'ma take you to church, I don't need no pope. Intelligent, I am cold, I don't need no coat. The faith of a mustard seed, I don't see no hope. Where's the dream that Luther had as a king? That seems that we fall from reality. Yeah, I know. I heard a voice in the crowd say, preach. You don't even know the pastor.